Alright, hello and welcome back. I have to say, it's been a while since I have done a weekly Warzone, but now I'm back, I have returned, and this time, besides the weekly Warzone, I'll be also giving you tips and I'll be explaining how the Warzone works, since it is one of the more important game modes in this game. Now once you go and once you enter the Warzone menu and once you enter the stages, you will see a couple of these maps that are going to be available, and usually it is 2 maps at time. Now you have several zones. The zone that is on the left side is the physical zone, the one that is above the physical zone is the fire zone. The zone that is to the right of the fire zone is the lighting zone. The zone that is on the bottom is the dark element zone. And the final zone that is on the right is the ice zone. And as you can see, currently we do have the fire zone and the ice zone available. Now I'll be starting with the ice zone because it is one of my favorites. Now each of these zones will have each of the elements as a buff. For example, the ice zone that I currently play will have a buff on ice elemental damage. That means you should use characters that are ice elements in order to get the maximum score and of course to get the maximum performance. And of course it is important if you want to compete in score. Now, if you don't have a ice elemental character, it doesn't matter if you want to just clear the stage or to compete, because the reward will be the same. And that means it doesn't matter if you have, for example, 120,000 points or if you have 600,000 points, because the reward, the premium currency reward, will be the same. And that means you can focus on the score or you can just focus to get the reward. What matters here the most is to clear the stage, and the score in the end isn't that important. Of course, it is important if you want to compete, but in the end the score doesn't matter if you just want to get the rewards. Now, as you can see, I am using my lighting team because my lighting team is at the moment my best team that I have, and it is doing a very good job so far. I am very satisfied with the performance, and of course I am going to get the reward that I am after. Now the first 2 maps, the first 2 stages aren't going to be much of a problem. The first stage will have only 10,000 points as a reward, and it is 10,000 points by default. The second stage will have a bleed effect on your structures, which means you will gradually lose health over time as you do the stage. That means you should have a healer in your team to restore health on your structures, and the score will be capped at 20,000. The third map that I'm currently playing here is the map that is most interesting out of the 3 stages, because here you have a timer, you have no bleed, but you have a lot of waves of enemies that you have to defeat. And here, besides clearing the stages and of course besides clearing the enemies, it is important on how you clear the stages, which means your score will not be the same if, for example, you take hits and if you do a clear run. Which means if you have a no hit run without taking any damage, you will get a better score than if you were, for example, to take damage. And that is important because this is the skill aspect of the game. Your evasions and the health of the structures do play a big role in the Warzone. And in the end, if you manage to get a no-hit run and if you hit a lot of waves, then you will get a higher score than, for example, someone who is clearing a lot of the waves but is taking damage. And that is a very interesting aspect of the game that I personally do like a lot. Well, I did run out of time, and let's see what the score will be. I think I did a good job here, although I could play better. I always play the best the first run. 188,000 points, and the first run is 206,000 points. Alright, well, that wasn't bad. Now, the structure that you should use for this is Raven, because this is currently, I think, the only ice elemental structure that we do have in the game. Now, my Raven isn't that geared at the moment. I am in the process of increasing the level of the character, but it will be interesting to see how much she will perform at this level in this stage. Now, this character is one of the more fun to play characters. I do like to play the character a lot. It is one of the more interesting characters that we have in the game, and well, that was a very interesting clear time. I can tell you, if I did have the character on a higher level at the moment, she would do a lot more damage, and I think that I would actually get a lot better score. But of course, there is still time. I do have time to increase the level of the character, and I am in the process of doing that. So you can expect a Raven guide very soon, which I'll be very curious to make, since I did wait to get the character for 2 months now, and I did finally get the character, so I will increase the level. Now here you also have infinite retries. You don't have to worry about running out of tries. You can play the Warzone how many times you like if you really want to get a high score, which I used to do back when the game was fresh. Now I just enjoy the game, and I do enjoy the Warzone a lot. Okay, let's see. Well, the combination so far works really well. I do like it. And let's see how many points will I get. Okay, well, 15 more seconds left, which is nice. Enough time to clear one wave, I think. Well, that was... I have a couple more seconds and I did run out of time. Well, I have to say this was fun, and definitely a interesting team combination, and I can't wait to actually try out this stage again when I have Raven fully leveled up and when she is ready for stages like these. And I did get a higher score, which was very important. Okay, now it will be time to jump on the fire map, on the fire zone. Now it is important to note that each zones have different designs, and the developers do change the designs from time to time, which is important, and it is indeed very interesting. Now the same rules and the same principle will apply to all of the maps. So in this case, this is the fire zone, and you should be using fire elemental damage dealing characters. Now, since I don't have fire elemental damage dealing characters, I will use the custom team, or I will use my personal best team. Now, if you don't have the characters that are recommended to do these stages with, then you are also free to use your most powerful team, since even your most powerful team is still going to be very good and very efficient at clearing the stages, especially because the game is mostly skill based. and because the game is skill based, that means you can in most cases play these stages with one team, and you will actually manage to retain and to advance in ranks with the same team, which is what I am doing for a very long time now. And I can say it works so far. I am indeed very satisfied with the current Warzone. It is indeed fun and it offers very fair rewards, which is indeed very very important, and it is in the end skill based, and it is also fun to play. Okay, and let's see how I will clear this stage. Now I do plan to live stream soon. I think I will live stream maybe next week. It depends on the time, since I'll be kind of busy. So I will be live streaming very soon. Sadly, the last couple weeks I was extremely busy and I didn't have enough time to play much. But hopefully that I will have time soon, because soon it's going to be a very very special day, since we are approaching 1000 subscribers, and for a 1000 subscriber special I do want to have a special stream, and of course I do plan couple special videos, and for that I still am kind of planning, and I am still kind of thinking about something very special, so I still have time to come to a idea on what to do. 5 more seconds left. Well, I have to say this went very smooth. Okay, and now I will do one more run to see if I can beat my own score. I used to replay these stages a lot back when the game was fresh, since I was one time, I think I was actually within the top 100 when the game was released, and that was indeed very fun to retain that high position in the leaderboard. But now I am satisfied with the rank where I am at, and I do get nice rewards, and I do enjoy the Warzone a lot. It is a very smooth game and a very balanced game at the moment. And I have to say, I have to thank the developers for delivering such a fun and a smooth and overall balanced game. It is something that we don't see that often anymore, which is why I enjoy this game a lot. Okay, well, that went actually so fast that I couldn't follow what was going on, so I had to pause for a moment. Okay, that ultimate did a lot of damage. Raven's ultimate is one of the more powerful ultimates that we have in the game, and the ultimate of Verity is also doing a lot of damage, and it is also visually impressive, I have to say. Okay, couple more of these enemies are left, and 30 seconds are left on the timer there. Well, I have to say this was a very nice run. Kind of a little bit better than the first one, but again, I'll see that with the score. I think I might have made a couple small mistakes, but that isn't much of a problem, since mistakes do happen. Very nice. Let's see. Excellent. Well, that was fun. That was indeed very fun. Well, that would be it for this video. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed. As always, it is a pleasure to play this game for you, and I hope that you stay safe. and I'll see you next time.
記憶があ
Take
やふ
care.
やなところがありますが、任務に影響はありません。